touchdown. She hit the line on the far side, and the Rebels win.
Stop playing! Stop playing! He connects! Rebels with their first lead of the night.
And the Andover Huskies are your section champion.
Along with this is girls high school soccer. This is the Twin Bill, the second game, the second match of a Twin Bill in a double feature as Anoka takes on the Rebels. And Pete, this is going to be a match. It's going to be tough to match the boys game just before this. In fact, I think the boys game is probably going to go down in terms of a QCTV classic that they'll be replaying over the history of hot soccer games throughout the next few years. But it was a last-minute win for the Rebels, 4-3. But this matchup has a history as well between Champlin Park and Anoka, and I'm looking forward to a great soccer match for this battle tonight.
Yeah, you have a couple of teams who have pretty similar records. Champlin Park's coming in with a 5-4-2 record. Anoka at 4-7. Anoka coming off of a 4-game losing streak, and Champlin Park on a 2-game winning streak. So they definitely have the momentum coming into this game, but Anoka trying to get ready for the playoffs that's coming up in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I suppose, from today. So you're going to see a highly competitive game here tonight between the Rebels and the Tornadoes.
And there you get a look at the Northwest Suburban Conference and the standings. Andover up top with that mark. Right now, they're the two losses for Andover have come outside the conference, and the one tie has come against Blaine. Blaine at 9-0-1, tied with Andover there. Meanwhile, Elk River 7-2. Centennial also at 7-2, followed by Champlin Park 5-4. And then you get a look at Anoka at 4-7. They have Anoka has one conference win so far this season, but looking to put together another here tonight in the backyard for the Rebels. And I think they're ready to rock. I'm ready to see tonight the all-time leading goal scorer for the Champlin Park Rebels. And her brother was playing just before this for the Rebels, and Khalil. So Paige Khalil leads the squad with 10 goals for the Rebels. And earlier this year, she became the all-time leading scorer in Champlin Park girls history. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the state class rankings that are going on for 3A. As we look, Pete, we go on. Wayzata is up top with a mark of 11-0-1. One of the two losses for Andover, who's currently, you can see, number 5. We come to Wayzata. Their second loss has come to Rosemont. And Rosemont at 11-1, the third seed. Stillwater was at number 1. Wayzata, Stillwater flip-flopped this past week. Then Blaine at a tough 4, followed by Andover. And in Minnetonka, Centennial again. That's Section 7 postseason, and section play is going to be a tough bracket with those 3 squads in there. And you have Woodbury, White Bear Lake, and Edina rounding out the Class 3A rankings currently as of just a few days ago.
Well,
so,
I believe Wayzata number 2 in boys, maybe. Stillwater, I think, is number 1.
Yeah.
I think Wayzata was last week, and they are in girls. They're always there in girls. You know, they for as long as I've been around, the Wayzata's been up there near the top. So they have quite a strong program over there in boys and girls. And like you said, Paige Khalil is going to be fun to watch. And she's been around when they've had really successful teams here at Champlin, which has been the past few seasons. So she'll be another fun one to watch tonight.
We'll get you squared away here on the keepers, as well as the Rebels are going to be moving right to left in the dark blue uniforms. Meanwhile, Anoka's in the white. They are moving, and the Rebels are on the move. First shot right over the top crossbar there, a left foot kick. Boy, some good muster and some velo on that left foot kick. place there. So.
Well, Paige has made a couple of nice rushes already with the ball, so she wants the ball, she demands the ball, and when she gets it in scoring range, which looks like out about 30 yards, she's going to let it go.
Reese Christoph in goal. Start this game here for Anoka. Mentioned Champlin Park 5-4-2. They have outscored their opponents 24-14 on the season. Meanwhile, they've outscored their opponents, the Rebels, 15-5 in the first half. There we go. And as we mentioned, the 24-14 edge in terms of goals scored for the Rebels, and they get that jump start in that first period. And they almost scored quick in this first half as well in the soccer match. So.
Yeah, Anoka comes in at 4-7, new coach for them this year, and they're a very young team. So you don't want to get behind the 8 ball here too early to Champlin Park. You want to stay in it, just like the boys' game earlier. You want to stay in it, and you have a chance to win at the end, just like Anoka did, although they came up on the losing end. But, pretty similar teams except for the big goal scorer for Champlin Park.
Key goalie will be Sarah Martin in goal for the Rebels. She has played 9 games and about 950 minutes in that goal. She's made 55 saves, a save percentage of just over 800, and a goals against average of 1.42 for the Rebels. Keeper.
Well, they're not afraid to knock it around back, just like the boys' team at Champlin Park. Anoka girls going back here to Youngquist. Youngquist is the sister of Anoka's goalie for the boys' team. So the Youngquists have been a soccer name here at Anoka for a while.
Head coach for the Rebels is Keith Pavelka. Meanwhile, the head coach for Anoka is Lucas Camargo.
Well, Camargo's got some players to play with. They start quite a few sophomores on this team, so a young team for Anoka. He'll have a chance to mold them into his likeness as he continues coaching at Anoka.
Far side now on the field rotation for the Rebels. It'll be a throw in for Anoka, and Anoka, as you mentioned, trying to get things steered in the right direction, as just a few games remain for Anoka in Champlin Park here after this evening. Season's wrap. Meanwhile, for the Rebels, they defeated Totino Grace in their last outing. That was on Saturday, a 2-1 win over Totino. Totino currently ranked number 4 in Class 2A. And that victory was goals for Blanchett and Kalel.
Anoka's goalie, Christoph, had a sister, Ella, who played soccer here at Anoka. She's also a hockey player. Big boot back there. A couple of balls already.
There you could see Kylie Scott trying to direct it and get it back. Scott, a good goal scorer as well. Moving it, trying to create a spacing. Now a rush to the ball, and there to corral it and secure it is Christoph. Meanwhile, Khalil, with her 10 goals this season, she can marry that with 8 assists on the season. So a critical pot. She leads the team in shots and shots on goal. She has 33. Meanwhile, Kylie Scott leads the team with 2 game-winning goals. Here's a chance inside the 18, redirecting and rolling it by, tucking it just by the goalie, Christoph or Anoka, and matriculated well inside that 18 and staying poised. The goal will be to number 2, Amara Easley.
Well, you hit it right on the nose, Joe. She was very composed. Now they called offsides, so no goal, but she used the outside of her foot and delicately put it in the back of the net, but it was offside, so we're still at zeros.
There's another look. As you can see, Amara here just out ahead of that defender by a step. I thought the passing was impressive precision. And now a through ball. Another chance She comes back through the other side. Was that Amara again?
I believe so.
On that far side, that may have been Olivia Mell on that far side of the field. Controlling it and unable to settle. It'll roll out. Possession will go to Anoka on the throw-in.
You know, Champlin Park plays the 3 forwards, except Paige comes back in the middle there, and it's kind of withdrawn forward, which I really like, because when she gets it, she really goes forward quickly.
Chance now for Anoka, putting some pressure, exhibiting some speed. A left foot kick to the far post, gathered in by Martin. Martin with the ball. A good transition gap and speed opportunity there for Emma Olsen. Anoka.
I just think this is perfect for Champlin Park, which, you know, she's not really a center midfielder. She's more of a withdrawn forward, and she gets the ball a lot. And that's what you want to do with your best player. You want the ball on her feet, and she's getting the ball on her feet at that position.
Good footwork by Blanchette there. As mentioned, she scored in her last win game versus Totino Grace last Saturday. Far side of the field. Anoka bangs it beyond midfield. It's deflected. Tornadoes temporarily reacquainted with that ball. But now the Rebels will reverse the field from the 4 back defenders. Through here in another rush. Almost a burst of speed again by Olsen to split the defenders. The ball split the defenders, but she did not.
Possession game for Champlin Park as they move the ball around the back, looking for their target forwards, which they did right there, bypass the midfield up to the forward. So a nice job in coming back to the ball for Champlin Park. Here's Kalel on the ball again for Champlin Park, and when she gets it, she's coming forward. She is not going backwards.
Far side run. Here's a chance on the whistle off the post. Whistling one and rattling the crossbar and the post that time. A beautiful setup. And I believe that was Olivia, excuse me. We'll take another look. I think that was 4. Mel, perhaps. Olivia Mel.
Yeah, she hit the outside of the post, but Champlin Park's had a couple of those nice through balls to those outside midfielders. Those outside forwards, I should say.
Kalel settles it with that header, but now Anoka trying to move it up the field. Disrupted there by Volstead. Another high ball. Ends up on the foot of Anoka. Race ensues there for the ball. Getting there first, the speedster, and easily. Anoka from the back line moves it up, unable to control. Getting it to that far side, good hustle, and sending it a little farther down, but now throwing as the Rebels. Same kind of a defensive strategy as the boys, as the 4 back.
The only difference is up front, and Joe, where they have that withdrawn forward.
What are you seeing on early formation here for the Tornadoes, Pete?
Well, they're doing a basic 4-4-2, but they'll push that outside midfielder up top, so it becomes a 3-forward thing when the ball's on one side of the field. Once it swings to the other side, that outside mid drops back and the other one pushes forward, but that's still considered a 4-4-2.
Olivia Anda is now in for Anoka. I believe taking the seat of Amber Hansen. She'll get a break here on a double feature. High school soccer, a fabulous classic game just took place minutes ago as the Rebels defeated Anoka 4-3. 6 goals scored in that second half. And 4 goals scored in the last 10 minutes of that match. as Anoka came back to tie it up. Anoka had a 1-0 lead going into the first half, but a hat trick on the night by Sylvester Doe, as he finishes the night now with 24 goals on the season. And the Rebels, with that win, move to 8-2. Chance now here for the Anoka girls to avenge the Tornadoes' loss earlier from the boys squad. Up ahead, Anoka tries to boot it up and away from the 18. The transition now, and this is going to float back to the keeper.
Yeah, nice little overlap run there by Champlin Park. They're trying to match up those outside forwards with the Anoka defenders, and have been having some success so far. Outside defenders and outside mids in those one-on-ones.
Rotating it back, trying to create some spacing there on a through ball set up, and ripping a shot here just wide of the mark, coming off that laser leg of Kalel. Good setup.
Yeah, that's the second ball that Kalel has taken from about 30 yards out. So, and she did have some zip on that and had Anoka goaltender Reese Christoph beat, but it was just wide. About 12 minutes into the game here. A couple of good opportunities for Champlin Park. Anoka has yet to get a shot on goal.
Sarah Martining, again, the keeper for the Rebels. She is a senior. And it is Reese Christoph between the pipes, a sophomore for the Tornadoes. 28, approaching 28 minutes remaining here. The first half, no score. As it is a absolutely spectacular evening.
Well, it's perfect for the players. Might be just a little chilly for the fans trying to get used to this kind of weather. It was in the 80s last week.
Throw in for the Rebels. Not able to control, deflected off of Champlin Park, so a throw in awarded. Anoka.
It's supposed to be down to like freezing tonight, Joe. Should I cover the tomatoes, or are we going to be okay?
You'll need to extract them. Think about salsa, making salsa.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
The chance now is the Rebels take it back out and kind of refuel and reset. Move it here to the near side. Cannot connect on that pass, just at midfield, and Anoka now takes over ownership, and that's Doye. Soft pass, I thought that was going to lead to an interception there on that drop pass back to the defender on that back line. So trapping, now moving it in the near line, unable to convert on the pass that time. That just misses to Olsen. This will be a throw-in for the Rebels.
It's nice seeing Caitlin Doye out there. Her brother played on my 2 state championship teams, and she was just a little girl coming with that smile on at every game, and now she's out here playing varsity soccer, so good for her.
Moving it up, circling, and now missing on that pass down. No, guided back to Christoph, who will collect the ball and now send a punt down near midfield. Thanks for joining us tonight, QCTV.
She's got a big leg, Joe, for
a sophomore.
For a sophomore.
Put it beyond the midfielder. Doye now again picks it up. Tries to send it up ahead. Teammate there, but it's controlled and smothered and sealed off by one of the Champlin Park defenders. You can feel that pressure coming in by Olsen now, but calmly, poised like 19, turns, and Reichel moves it upfield. High lofting pass. Back on the line, collected there by Anoka. They reciprocate that pressure and now bring it up.
If you're Anoka right there, you want to bring that ball in instead of trying to flick on. Trap that ball right there. Give yourself an opportunity.
There's a through chance now coming in. Champlin Park stops, moves off to the left, coming out to disrupt, and I think that was a nice play by Kristoff, because I'll tell you, Khalil had a full head of steam going, and she had to look down quickly, and just by coming up, Kristoff really disrupted.
Yeah, that was a really nice job by Kristoff, as she's one of the top scorers in the state of Minnesota, and she had an opportunity there, but Kristoff gave her nothing. Came out at the right time, gave her nothing to shoot at, and so she pushed it wide, and we're still at 0.
It's so easy to see from up here when maybe the keeper should make the move, but when you're on that field, you can't really tell exactly where they are. It's tough to see the 18 as a kind of a measuring stick, and good play that time by the sophomore to come out and disrupt. And it was Kristoff in goal here for Anoka, making another run down the near side. Is Emma Olsen unable to get there? Was the midfielder?
Well, little known was I was an old goalkeeper, and
I
didn't come out. I did not come out very much. I thought they're going to have to beat me. Being a hockey player, too, I just kind of played angles because I knew angles from hockey, so I got in the best angle that I can. I thought, you're going to beat me. I'm not going to beat myself. Plus, I wasn't very quick coming out after the ball. So
Olsen with an explosive move sets the table. They're just above the 6 there. As Olsen, some great footwork, like Dancing with the Stars footwork. To reclaim that possession of the ball and then send a nice crossing just above the 6. Unable to capitalize. Now we're going to get back to that not coming out of the net as the Rebels are on transition. Back the other way, it rolls off, and now they were good hustle to hold that ball in possession. I want to hear more about that keeper background when we get the right cadence. Here comes Anoka, far side, making a run. A lead attempt there, but in the right spot was number 18 in Brew to seal that off. Reichel now with the top of the 18. She's being guarded by Olsen. Deflected on that pass and getting it to the far side now. Looks to control is McKay. McKay, left foot kick, tries to get it close. Just below the 18 on the deflection. Now with some open territory, unleashing a lower 90 attempted, rolls wide of the mark, and I want to say that was attempted by Lauren Hansen.
Well, Anoka picking it up here a little bit, having a couple of good opportunities here in this at the 22-minute mark. So, you know, they've withstood Champlin Park's quick push early and have gotten a couple of opportunities themselves.
Goal kick there by Sarah Martin. She comes in with an impressive 1.42 goals against. She's logged, counting these minutes, about 950 minutes this season. Just under 21 now to go here in this first half. We're looking for that first goal as the Rebels are in the dark blue and the Anoka Tornadoes.
A nice job marking right there, but Paige gets away, and here she comes.
Stick with it and gets right back up, does Khalil. I thought that was going to earn a whistle.
I thought the same thing. That was Lauren Youngquist, and she's kind of a calming presence for him, that back there. She's been a player on the varsity here at Anoka for 4 years, but she's been the starting sweeper for 3 years.
Goalie looks to be down as both converged. The Rebels midfielder along with the goalie, the sophomore Kristoff, and when they converged, she took the brunt, did Kristoff, of that collision. Probably took more of the feet to the midsection as she is being assisted. Taking another look here, just a quick burst play that kind of emerged.
Yeah, it was a clean play. Both of them got to the ball at the same time. It looks like she's going to be okay. The trainer out there taking a look at her, but at least she's sitting up right now. And hopefully she's going to be fine.
Now, playing that high school soccer, was that in Mankato?
That was at Anoka, actually.
That was.
That was at Anoka, yep. I went to Anoka High School, and I played forward for a couple years, but like I said, I wasn't the fastest guy out there. And then I grew to 6'2", and like I said, I knew angles, and we needed a goaltender, and I kind of became that. And you know, one of the other reasons I didn't come out very much because I had some really talented defenders around me, and usually they'd be able to run people down. So why would I come out when I knew they were going to do the job for me?
Still down, still taking a look. Exactly. Maybe getting the backup ready to go here for Anoka. And if that's the case, it would be Morgan Paulman, senior keeper.
Well, since the trainer came out there, unless the rules changed on me, they're going to have to put her out there, and then they will probably switch her back. But
looks like she'll stay in.
Oh, she'll stay in.
Stay with Reese Christoph as the keeper.
Well, that's why they always used to tell the
or will they? Because it looks like
tell the trainer to stay off until the officials said they have to come out, and they're going to send her off right now. I mean, like I said, unless they've changed the rule on me here. I did this for 30 years, and I don't think I ever had one stay on. But, you know, for the safety of the kids right now, you want that trainer to get out there as fast as they can. So
you're right. Was there ever any doubt that Pete was not right?
Well, yeah. There's been a lot of doubt.
Well,
for sure.
when I worked with Steve Thompson, it's expected that he wasn't going to be right, along with Jim Erickson.
Yeah. Done a couple of football games with Jim this year, and he's right most of the time.
So, okay, we're ready. So check your programs, ladies and gentlemen. Now into the game is Morgan Paulman, senior keeper. And let's see what the Rebels do, as already we've seen a couple of fantastic saves by sophomore Christoph. She came out and diffused a scoring opportunity for Khalil earlier. Now here's a chance as trying to move around a defender there is Anoka. Now she's walking that right on the baseline.
I think that's Lauren Hansen.
Good quick shot save was gathered there. Pulled the quick trigger. Did Anoka, and the save once again made by Martin.
Yeah, Hansen's been dangerous for Anoka. She's had a couple of nice plays going down that left side. Made a nice cross one time, and there she put a nice move on and came off the goal line with it and gave Anoka another scoring opportunity.
Working thing, trying to get that spacing set, but redirected back by Anoka. Anoka makes a far run on that far side of the field, leads it right down the line, but it'll roll out of play. It was deflected off of the Rebels. I couldn't see it with my laser eyes on the opposite side of the field.
Well, they didn't switch goalies, and Anoka had an opportunity to switch back there, and they decided not to do it. So maybe they are checking out Christoph to find out that she's okay.
Throw-in awarded here for the Tornadoes.
I'm not sure if I see her down there on the bench or not.
Next game.
There's a goal by
Chance for
Anoka.
the scores. Oh, they popped that through. What?
Everybody kind of stood around and watched. We're going to have to see that on replay, including us.
I was waiting and looking, and I thought that would be diffused there by the Rebels. I'm excited to see this replay as settled that ball up in the air. You anticipated the Rebels to clear, and then boom, a quick pop, short side, lower 90.
Yeah, that was a short side right there. Goaltender thought she had it covered, but here comes Champlin Park, bringing it back the other way right away.
Countering back, and
a nice save by the senior goaltender, or Yeah, the senior goaltender.
Yeah.
Morgan Palmer.
Impressive save. Point blank opportunity for the Rebels as they quickly tried to.
And then she hits a bomb of a kick to the 50-yard line.
True deflected as the Rebels defense trying to avenge a 1-0 lead here. A couple of touch passes, unable to connect, giving it back, and now down the line here it goes for Anoka. On the run is McKay. Put into the seats by the Rebels, and a throw in, and here's this opportunity for the Rebels.
Crossing pass, and one timed it, and great save there by Palman.
Someone called 911. She was robbed, but good footwork by Palman to get over to the anticipated point. And we've got another player down here. This one for the Rebels, number 15. Took a hard fall. And she's almost off the field. And straddling the out of bounds line, and now they will stop the clock with 17:30 remaining, and attend to the player that is down, which is number 15, Riley Ping.
Yeah, Ping, a senior forward. A little bit of collision over there on the sideline, but it looks like they're looking at her ankle. But she seems to be in some pain right now.
Getting ready to come back into the game. Some scoring juice here for the Rebels. That being number 4, Mel, number 2, Easley, and then number 13, Mackenzie Lee. Take this time for those substitutions. 1-0 lead here early for Anoka.
Well, that's one thing you can do. You can substitute as many people as you want on a injury timeout. The thing is, the coach cannot coach his team on it, but I'm seeing that Anoka is doing that, and the officials are oblivious to it. But once again, maybe they had changed that on me before, but I was yelled at numerous times for coaching my kids during a injury timeout. Looks like it's the ankle of Ping, and she's putting very little weight on it. That's too bad. Hopefully she's going to be okay.
So a couple of injury timeouts in this first half. 17:30 remains, and so far jumping out front, breaking the ice and getting that first goal.
Looking out the window here, nice crowd for a Tuesday night.
It's youth night. Youth soccer night.
There you go. And here we go.
And now will it be a free kick or throwing?
It should be a free kick by Anoka.
And they set it up. Up ahead, Hansen. And now we get a chance to see the Rebels, see if they can work the transition. Countering plays here, but I've been impressed so far with the play here of Anoka, and also the keeper play by both of the keepers for the Tornadoes. As the Rebels certainly have had a couple of point-blank scoring opportunities, and they've been thwarted on each occasion. Back to midfield and directed off, and then throw-in will go to the Rebels.
You know, Anoka's defenders have been beaten a couple times in the outside, but I'm really impressed with how they step up. You know, they are not afraid to step up, and that's what you need to do. You want to make sure that they do not turn upfield.
We're going to take a look and see if we can get the number on who scored this goal. I know Ryan and Taylor and I are both trying. It could have been Caitlin Doye. I think that's who it was. It was Caitlin Doye, number 17. Now we have listeners at home. They can maybe get a better view. and text Pete Hayes. So we have 16:30. 16:30. It looked like the clock had stopped there momentarily. It did not. 16 minutes, 20 seconds now remaining here in the first half. 1-0 lead for Anoka. Jumping up and trying to bring it across here this time. For the fence there, Reichel. For the Rebels going to try to reverse field, but disrupting that, stepping in front was Danner. Avery Danner. She loses it off of her foot, and it's sent back to the goalie. Or Martin sends it up near midfield. Back will come Anoka. They'll send it down the line. They look for that hustling speed of Olsen to outduel on that corner, and Hansen was there also. And it went off of the Rebels.
Danner's a sophomore for Anoka. And I'm trying to find Olsen here. She's a junior.
Transition here as they try to counter and get Khalil out front. She gets it now and works it around. Drops back here, and setting down the through ball. Now I think Khalil is already set to go to the University of Minnesota next year as a gopher.
Well, I think she'll be a good one. The Anoka is marking her, and then they usually get some help from Youngquist, so they double team her as much as they can. But number 9 for Anoka, who's Samantha Davis, sophomore, I think her responsibility is to stay right on her. Wherever she goes, she goes. And I used to use that a lot with a kid by the name of Newman for 4 years.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Newman.
And I remember his play, very
also a
solid
hockey player. He wasn't afraid to stick his nose
almost. Oh, pickpocketed right there as she was getting ready, Martin, to take a shot, but slicing in at the last minute with that burst of speed was Olsen. And Martin was able to pull back on that and cross over and get it over to a defender to move it up to play. But yeah, I remember Newman as well. A solid player on some of those state tournament championship teams for you. Here you get another look coming in, and just that burst. Olsen is quicker than a hiccup, and she can get a burst of speed going in a hurry.
Speaking of speed,
Khalil here sends it down far side.
Turn your hips.
Getting it back, trying to work the line and around the defender. Puts a shot on here. It's deflected in the air. Still a loose ball, not controlled. As Anoka escorts that ball out to about the 18 and then tries to send it upfield. It's stymied there by the Rebels. A header by Reichel again as she tries to get it around Lauren Hansen. Now it's deposited just beyond the out-of-bound line, and the throw-in awarded for Anoka. We have just under 13 minutes to go here in this first half. A 1-0 lead for the Tornadoes.
Some pressure on the defense of Anoka, but they do a nice job getting it out. Now you got to come back for that ball. And Danner let the Champlin defender beat her to that ball. Got to come back hard for that ball. Get big, get your arms out. Make sure she doesn't step in front of you and retrieve that ball. But a nice job by the Anoka defense to move it around the back and get out.
Last outing for this Anoka squad was a loss to Andover last night.
Yeah, it's another good Andover team over there.
They're getting it together, as I mentioned. The two losses that they have come to Wayzata and Rosemont. And those teams are in the top 3 in the state.
Well, they're going to have to battle Centennial again if they want to.
And their tie is coming across Blaine. The home game against Blaine. Moving in, here's a chance. As sending it up and moving upward and emerging on that play was the goalie, and the keeper Martin. Now back comes the Rebels as they try to counter.
There's the young sophomore for Anoka, Samantha Davis, taking it away from Kalia.
Olsen, side foot pass. Kicks it back to the defender, McKay. And they'll send it down the line again. Battling right there is Volstead. As they're going to try to reverse field, but you could see Anoka was anticipating that last pass up that far side of the field. So they decided to reverse it back to where it came from. And some substitutions back in here for the Rebels. That includes number 12, Lahoiak. And it looks like Blanchett.
Well, I like the strategy that Anoka has going here. Marking up in the middle of the field and also marking those two outside forwards real tight. So it's basically a 5 against 3 for Champlin Park, as nobody else seems to be getting up in the play. You might want to try to push some other people offensively, and it's still a lot to contain because those 3 up top are good.
Brew will take this free kick. Good one. Sends it near the 18, and here's a chance on the far side. A race ensues, a shot, and a goal, and it'll tie it up for the Rebels. All initiated by a phenomenal free kick by Carissa Brew.
Yeah, set plays, and another Anoka goalie is down on the turf. And here comes the trainer.
Olivia Mell had when she was stymied by Christoph, who was in goal at that time for Anoka, but this time she punched it through. It was a race to the space, shall we say, as both players converged on it. Getting there first was Olivia Mell, for her 3rd goal, but it all was initiated by a fantastic free kick that took place just in front of us here. You bet. We'll take a look here at the injury and see how Paulman is doing. As you mentioned earlier, the other goalie, Christoph, could have, I think, come back in.
Well, Christoph had the maroon blanket on down there, and she has that off right now, so she must be okay to get back into the game here.
Or hold it. I see a look from the Anoka coaches up here to the booth for Pete Hayes to get back in between the goal. Well, I think that's what they're calling.
I wouldn't have got hurt on that one.
Here's a replay on this goal. Look at this free kick.
Because I wouldn't have came out of the goal.
She punched this perfect. A nice bend on it. She got it just to the top of the 18. Got the bounce. And I'll tell you, Mel was there for the loose change. And just to perch that shot over the top of the incoming goalie.
And she's getting up. That's good to see. Yeah, as soon as that ball got over the line, it cleared the last defender. If you weren't tight on your mark, you were in trouble. And obviously Anoka wasn't on the backside. And a valiant effort right there by Morgan Paulman to come out and make the play. But she got clipped pretty good there. And once again, they're going to have to switch it up, I think.
10:04 to go in this first half. We've had 3 timeouts due to injuries already here in this first half. And halftime may come and Pete Hayes may no longer be up here in the booth. They put him in goal.
They don't want me down there.
He comes out of retirement.
Well,
I'm not sure.
She's staying in the game now, Joe.
I'll see that. I'm not sure what the State High School League rules are on that. But anyway.
And you were giving me credit earlier. Gee.
It is a 1-1 tie. We're at aces. As Anoka tries to reverse and get themselves back in. But I'll tell you, the Rebels are playing downhill right now. Centering. There is a crossing top, but now escorting that ball out to the 18 and moving it up.
Oh, nice move by Danner.
Beyond midfield by Danner. through ball just misses on that connection to Hansen. As a result, though, that it'll be a throw in here for Anoka. Champlin Park scores a goal with 10:04 to go in this first half to tie it up at 1 apiece. Mel continues. When I said they were bringing some juice, they too are some true speed for Champlin Park. That being in Mel in addition to Easley. And to have them play alongside of Khalil.
Yeah, Champlin Park on the scoreboard. We're 1-1 with 8.5 minutes, 8 minutes 40 seconds remaining. So another good soccer game here tonight in Rebel Stadium.
Midfield exchange. Olsen. Quick footwork
Nice
again.
ball.
Beautiful ball. Set down to there, but coming back is Reichel. Boy,
Good
and Reichel
speed.
just got that on the right side of that flag to prevent a corner kick opportunity.
Boy, good speed there by Reichel. She looked like she shot out of a cannon right there, recovering after she was beat by a step.
Olsen trying to seal off. Champlin Park player, and time was easy. Here they come on the counter here. Looking for a deflection, but it's redirected and collected there by Tornadoes. A left foot kick, sending it down the line and back to the goalie, Sarah Martin. Martin puts it on the foot. Number 11, Volstead.
Nice turn.
Now continuing upfield.
Somebody's got to step.
There's a backside. I feel that there's a chance for some open area there, but it floats down. There it's controlled now by number 2, Easley. Working back in Volstead, she loses her edge. And this one's lofted high in the air. A header. Settled. And Anoka comes away with it on the far side. Under 7 to play here at this first half. This is a double feature. High school soccer coming your way on QCTV. Pitched down to the corner and deposited it beyond the out of bounds line there on the sideline by the Rebels, and they will throw it in.
Nice little give and go there by Hansen and Danner. A couple of young forwards for Anoka that have bright futures.
Anoka currently in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. They've lost to Blaine, then to Maple Grove, then to Elk River 1-0, and then to Andover last night.
Well, I like their fight here tonight. That Andover must have a heck of a team, beating them 8-0 last night, because Anoka does not look bad out here tonight, sticking with this Champlin Park team.
Series of substitutions now for the Rebels. I see number 21, Schellenberg, coming in. I also see 16, Keating. Back at midfield as the Rebels try to reset and bring that ball back in, but it's rejected by Anoka. And it'll be a throw-in opportunity here for the Rebels.
With youth night here tonight, they have plenty of ball girls over there. As soon as that ball goes out, it's ready to go again.
Here comes Olsen. Burst to speed again. She tried to hit a teammate going through the deflection, but gathered back again. That's Hansen. Converging on that ball, Rebels and Anoka sent to midfield and now brought back in on a run here by Anoka. This through ball just misses on the connection. It'll be a goal kick awarded to the Rebels.
You know, they just missed, but the good thing about that, Youngquist played the ball more towards the corner. You play that ball straight, and it's right in the goalie's hand. This, playing it off to the side, gives your forward an opportunity to make a play. She just had a little bit too much oomph on it.
Exchanges there, and Paige Kalel trying to get the edge.
Is that a word, oomph?
Yes.
Is it in the dictionary?
UMPH. That's near midfield, and Anoka. Anoka trying to control kind of not only the pace of the play, but sustaining possession here as well. There's a run. Now to the side, far side there. This left foot kick goes through right by the goal box there at 6 in the corner. Trying to get them to bounce it out. They do. It's knocked out in there. Oh, they're going to award it on the throwing now to the Rebels. As you can see, Olsen was trying to get the defender to bounce it off of her leg, and then a Rebel out on the wrong side of the flag could have resulted in a corner kick opportunity. A couple of touches and back upfield. That was Schellenberg. Down low. There's Reichel to Schellenberg and back to Reichel. Now moving it up. On the turn and transition, Keating losing it, and Anoka just missed. Marked up well by Volstead. Volstead solid back there on defense. A deep through ball that's going to roll out of play. And with, you can see the clock, 2.5 minutes. Approaching 2.5 remaining here in this first half. We're knotted up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I think if you're Anoka, you want to try to get out of this with a tie this first half here. Playing some good soccer, getting some opportunities. Champlin Park, the more dangerous team.
At midfield now. Marking up, settling the ball is Blanchett. Blanchett sends it now down low, just missing on a connection. Down to that corner. We're the Rebels. And this is going to be the throw in for Anoka, a team, as I mentioned, with 4 losses in a row. They started the season with a win over Cambridge, 4-1, then dropped 2 to Rogers and Centennial, then beat St. Francis 2-0, Coon Rapids 2-0, dropped a 3-0 decision at the Tino, came back and beat Forest Lake 5-0. That was back on the 17th of September, and since then they've dropped their last 4. So, but they starting out well here tonight against the challenging Champlin Park squad. The Champlin Park comes in with a mark of 5-4-2. A team typically very explosive, the Rebels, in that first half. In fact, they've outscored their opponents 15-5 in that first half, counting the goals tonight, 16-6. Nearing the minute mark. Left here in the first half. Trip here whistled on Anoka. On the Rebels. Doyer hit the turf.
Yeah, you just take your time if you're Anoka right now. Get an opportunity here to possess on the Champlin Park end of the field. See if you can get a late one.
Big boomer kick by Youngquist there. Lifts it to near the 30. Doyer tries to get a through ball to Donner. Donner is sent down to the turf. Coming back on the loose side. A lift one over the top and just hit the top of the crossbar there. A burst of speed and a quick.
Yeah, Hansen went down and Danner had an opportunity there to put Anoka ahead with 15 seconds remaining.
Almost took advantage of what was just a small window of opportunity. Did Anoka. That could shift the momentum for the second half, but saved by that crossbar. We are at the midway mark here of this match. Girls High School Soccer. It is Champlin Park hosting Anoka. We are tied at 1. I'm Joe Rulin, along with Pete Hayes, will return for the second half. this match.
Welcome to At the Half, the show where we take a closer look at some of our area high school sports. I'm your host, Lauren Youngquist. The Huskies look to capitalize on their team's overall experience and progress of their success in recent years. Let's head out to Andover High School to check in with the team.
We have great kids, and so that's a consistency from year to year. This year on our girls' side, we have a very large contingent of seniors. And so we have a great leadership group and kids that have worked very hard and they're going to be successful. So that makes it fun as a coach when you have a team that's going to be competitive and kids that have really bought in and work hard and enjoy that process of getting better. Our boys' side, we lost a couple of great runners and leaders, but we're a pretty deep team and we feel we're going to be probably even more competitive than we were last year.
We lost one senior last year, however she was injured for most of the year, so we're not losing much on that aspect. We do have a lot of new people coming in, which is very good to see just because it helps us build numbers and that helps us train more. But I think we're looking pretty good this year, and it's basically the same as last year.
Yeah, definitely not losing a lot of seniors help because we're kind of just going into the next season with the same team dynamic, but we're all training better now.
Like sometimes you'll base yourself off of other people on your team, but it's kind of just go out and do your best.
Yeah, and you're out there for the whole time, as in like other sports, you have time for breaks and to think about stuff, but when you're running, there's no time to stop and think about what you're doing, you just have to keep going.
Also, a lot of people coming in have said that the support on the team is incredible, whether it's coming from racing to workouts, just the support we have and how we're like a family, I think really sets us apart from other sports.
Yeah, the team aspect and the individual part is definitely something that makes it unique. Going out there and you're trying to beat yourself every time, it's different than a lot of other sports. And also, while you're out there, it's not only about you, it's just you're racing for your team and trying to better yourself.
Also one of those things that everybody knows is healthy for you. And so you're learning an athletic event that is going to benefit you for years to come. And so I think there's some satisfaction in that as well. They know they're going to be able to run when they get older. They know that they're going to know what to do properly. And so all of those kind of feed into being unique and a lifelong sport.
We sat down with Macy and Grace from the Anoka Tornadoes tennis team to get a unique perspective on the team's personality. Let's head out on the court to learn more.
Could you not live without?
It really could. I do. I have two dogs. The answer was family. That was my close second, actually. So, who on the team has the most screen time? He said Aaliyah, and that could be a possibility because it's Aaliyah. I don't know. She's always on TikTok. But it also could be Paige because he's old, so you know. He loves, yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. You put Aurora. I don't think it's Aurora because I don't think she's on her phone that much. And I don't think it's Kaylin because even though she's on her phone, I don't think it does much because my final answer is Aaliyah. Oh, shit. Who has the best fashion sense? A is Hayes, and I mean, his matching red outfit is pretty fire today, but I don't think it's him. B is Cammy. I'm just gonna say I don't think it's Cammy either. C is Sophie, which I think is probably the close second, but I'm gonna go with Joey as my final answer because Joey is always dripping in his clothes. Okay, all right. My answer was Sophie, but close. Who is the best table tennis player? A is Coach Grace, which, you know, that's a possible answer because Grace is pretty good at most things she does, I think. B is Allie. I think it's not Allie because she's only 12, so she doesn't have experience. C is me, and I think it's me because I'm insane at table tennis. And D is Lexi. I don't think it's Lexi just because I think it's me. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Cool.
The Rebels have an extensive depth on their girls swimming team. They are excited and driven to help each other reach success. We dove in to figure out how the Rebels look to compete in their 2022 season.
Yeah, so we only had a few seniors last year. Our senior class this year is actually the largest. We came in with about 25 starting in 7th grade, 25 in our class, and I think we're down to less than that, around 15, just because of other sports, people are busy. But we still have the largest class. We do have a lot of new girls though.
This year, a lot of our team, like a third of our team are middle schoolers, so it's a lot of underclassmen and younger girls, so that's a lot different, but still a really strong team. We've always had a really deep team. Instead of like one-star swimmer, we have a good lineup of intermediate, and it works out really well for us. We try to do as many activities as we can and lots of games to get to know each other. And then sometimes we'll do like big sister, little sister, so we'll match an upperclassman with a younger girl to walk through meets and practices and just kind of get situated with the team.
Last year we recovered a little bit. It was a transition year for everyone, getting back to pre-COVID workout habits. But this year already, you know, we're only 2.5 weeks in, and I can already tell that there's a major mental shift and more positive energy throughout this team. We seem to be more unified already, which I think sets a good example for the rest of the year to come.
Yeah, so swimming is an individual sport in general, but the way it works, you do individual races, so you race and you're racing for your own time, certain times get you lead or certain times to get you to go to certain competitions like sections or state. But at the same time, when you get a certain place, you score points for a team, and it's really the team points that matter at the end of the meet to see who wins, and that places you in the conference.
It is a very individual sport, but at the same time it's a team sport, which is hard for people to wrap their mind around. But that's what I like about it, is you can compete as yourself and against the sport or against the time, and as long as you are improving on your time, you're winning that day. You don't need to beat the person next to you. Just focus on you. That's what I tell my athletes. Focus on you. You aren't always racing the person next to you. As long as you can improve, you won that day. As a team sport, it's a lot of fun because you never know who's going to be scoring points for your team that day. Someone might have a swim of a lifetime, and it's very fun for a whole team. It's fun for the coaches to see that. It's like, where did that come from? Is there more of that in there?
That's it for this edition of At the Half. Make sure to keep up to date with all your local sports coverages by liking and subscribing to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to Champlin Park High School, where we are bringing you a QCTV sports presentation on a Tuesday night. A double feature. High school soccer. It was the boys of Champlin Park that took home a 4-3, a thriller, a classic, in fact. At 5 o'clock, the first game. Exciting win over Anoka. Meanwhile, this game is thrilling as well. We're tied here in the girls' game. The second feature, tied at 1-1. Joe Rulin along with Pete Hayes, who just joins us back in. And Pete, get any updates from any of the Anoka fans?
I thought I'd go find Mr. Doye and find out if his daughter scored that goal, and she did. So it was
17.
Doye 17 scoring the goal for Anoka, her first varsity goal, being a sophomore. He was pretty excited about that. Stolen, make sure you congratulates her from me. But Doye with the goal for Anoka, and we're at 1-1, and we should be in for a great second half here.
What do you think you're sitting on for the goaltending situation here for the keepers with Anoka, since they've had some injuries?
Well, it looks like the senior's back out there, Paulman. So I'm guessing that Reese Christoph got banged up pretty good. But Paulman's made some nice saves for Anoka, so it looks like they have a couple of very good goaltenders.
Well, we're setting under play as we begin, making a quick run down the field is Anoka. And oh, that's close. Just chipped away. Short of that flag, but out of play. Almost a corner opportunity for Anoka, but instead it'll be a throw-in. And it looks to be ready for Avery Danner.
Well, Sarah Martin almost got caught out of the net right there. Anoka player made a good run, and she was caught out, but couldn't quite get by that defender to put it in the open net.
Along the baseline, not out. Nice setup. Crossing pass there. Left all alone in front of shot and save. Robbed again. Beautiful save. As Anoka had plenty of time to settle that ball on that pass. Crossing pass by Danner. They settled it and then flicked the shot and moving over to square up on that save. Done by Sarah Martin. Point blank opportunity early.
I think that was Emma Olson who had that opportunity for Anoka.
Moving it back down, and we'll see if they can get some things moving forward here for the Rebels. We have yet to hear from Kalal. Kalal again, 10 goals on the season. Had some good looks. The lone goal scored for the Rebels has come from Olivia Mell.
Well, that first game, Joe, we didn't hear from a really good player until the second half.
You're absolutely right.
He scored 3.
Setting it up and a move in near the 18. Now moves just beyond the box there and thrown back out.
Well, Anoka with a couple of good opportunities here early. So impressed with the way that they're coming out, not sitting back.
Moving it now far side, and hey, both teams look like they're about ready to explode for goals. So a lot of what we had in the second half of the boys' game. We're out to that 4-3 Champlin Park win. Boy, good speed to catch up with that. Rebels on the near side of the field here. Purchase, that's Reichel. Sends it downfield near the 18. Good hustle by Anoka. They move it back up and try to reciprocate that pressure off of Danner, and this will be a throw-in. Reichel with the honors there for the Rebels. Rebels coming out scoring their opponents 24-14. Now comes near the box, deflects, and cleared upfield. Nice job to be at the right spot there. I think that was Youngquist. And now a long through ball. Not going to be able to catch up with that. It heads right towards the keeper. And Martin will position this.
Well, Calais has Davis right on her. I mean, her hand is on her back. She is not letting her go any place unless I go with. There's a good through ball right here.
There's a chance coming out and making a nice aggressive play. Good technique, too, by Sarah Martin to come out and rob Anoka.
That's Emma Olson. She's had a couple of opportunities this half showing good speed for Anoka.
And I mean, look at this. It's just an instance. Good read by Martin. Good timing. She sees it. She's watching the player. She's seeing that separation. But it's that field awareness as the keeper to know just how far they are. And where's that 18? And can you get there in time? Good burst speed by Martin, trying to put some shots on are the Rebels. And we'll circle back up. There's Anoka. And try to take the pressure off of their defenders.
Looking for another through ball there to Danner. Just couldn't quite control the ball. Back to the keeper for Champlin Park. Sarah Martin.
Looking here, and as we say, the season moves so fast in soccer. High school soccer is, at least hockey, you get about 25, 26 games.
It's a long season, that hockey season.
And football season as well, that you blink and before you know it, you're starting sections. We'll move in, what is it, to week 5 now already for high school football. Meanwhile, the season ends, the regular season for Anoka against Spring Lake Park, and that's on October 6th. Most of the girls' schedules are completed either on October 4th or October 6th. And then they'll do their seeding for their sections.
I always thought it was a little weird, Joe, where if a player would get kicked out of a game in football, it was the 8th of his season, they guess you sit out the next one, and you do it in hockey, and
yeah, you're right.
You got 24 more.
Yeah, yep.
Or soccer, 16 more, but in football, you get kicked out and you have to sit the next one.
Moving it up now. Good little pitch that time to move it by the defender, but coming out of goal, way out of goal.
Martin likes to get involved, doesn't she?
Yeah,
she does not stay in that cage area.
Unlike Pete Hayes.
Yes, it's cold tonight. I'm coming out, and I'm moving around a little bit.
Pete says, stay in your lane, dude. Stay in your lane, dude. All right.
Make them beat you. Don't beat yourself.
Meanwhile, Martin says, the whole field is my lane.
That's right.
Takes it to the corner. There's Emma Olson. That time is deflected out, and a throw in going away at Champlin Park.
You know, I had 8 all-state goalies in my 30 years, and they were all different.
Yeah.
You know, some of them stayed home and said, I wasn't going to tell them what to do. You know, I played back when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth, so it's changed.
Well, and you see time to time now these days that keepers are getting beat from shots from, the other side of the midfield as they carry out a little too far. Moving now, weaving in and out, ready to pull the trigger just as she goes down. That was 9, a hard fall for Champlin Park. Back up. As Kylie Scott as the team lead with 2 game-winning goals this season. A through ball to Danner. Just missed, just a bit behind. Corralled now by the Rebels. And up ahead now.
I love this game right now. It has really opened up, and Anoka's coming out with some newfound confidence after going in 1-1. They're feeling like they've figured out stopping the star from Champlin so far. There's a long ways to go, but this game is up and down the field. Fun to watch.
Any formation changes have you seen?
No, I don't think so. I think Anoka's doing the same thing they were doing in the first half with 4 in the back and marking those 2 outside forwards with their outside defenders and freeing up 2 of them in the middle of the field, and Davis marking on Calais. So, and Champlin Park's doing the same thing.
Danner now trying to get around the defense. Unable to do so. The ball just got away from her on that last exchange. And squaring up and marking up pretty well that time was number 18. Defensively in Brew. Brew had an assist on that lone goal so far here for the Rebels.
You know, the only thing I see a little different is Anoka's trying to hit some more through balls because that top forward is sitting on the last defender for Champlin Park, which is a smart way to play. And then there's an opportunity to hit that through ball. If you're playing off that last defender, it's a lot easier for that defender to get to any kind of through ball.
Volstead moves it up. And through, deflected. Now coming down our near side. Still battling. Working it down.
Just don't let her turn. Doing a nice job as Youngquist. A nice playoff by Champlin Park.
Scott. Case it's just too long on the foot. Coming far side, trying to beat that pass. Was Anoka. Just missed. Stepping down the line again now, trying to see if they can get a little space. Good footwork. And then be positive beyond the line. A throw-in awarded to Anoka.
Carissa Brew doing a nice job staying on Danner there as she was dancing around on that sideline, trying to make a move.
Lifted near midfield, pinching up. And now almost a chance on that through ball. Good burst, a good gush of speed here. Through ball. This gets beyond to the 18, and the keeper was trying to get out there, but a little slow at making that decision.
Yeah,
so then
she didn't make that decision fast enough, Joe.
That defender was trying to seal off an oncoming defender. Again, backing goal is Morgan Paulman. It was Christoph who started for Anoka. Probably 15 minutes in, I think, is when the collision occurred and the injury. Throw in here. And the Rebels drop it right in front. Seems like a tough ball to try to settle with someone draped on you by Scott. Regaining it momentarily, now stolen. Back the other way, making a run. Being trailed by Reichel. Sent down and then hammered to the turf.
Yeah, the crowd got a little excited there. I think they had a reason to.
Making a turn. Now continuing their way in.
No, she dove on that one. Nice job by the official.
Was it the arms that extended out that had you?
Yep.
Shot there, knocked down number 12 here for the Rebels. A hard shot by Anoka. Now the Rebels bring it upfield. Reichel has it deflect. 12 moves in. Drops it down below. And
up and down we're going here.
Blagoviak, number 12 there. Now having it back, trying to make their own threat for a scoring opportunity here is Hansen, Lauren Hansen. Far side of the field. Corner opportunity, trying to cross. Got to the edge of the goal box. And that's diffused there by a nice defensive play by the Rebels. And then a scoring opportunity dissolves quickly as it's sent out of play. But a throw-in as Anoka will do the honors here. We're under 27 minutes to go. Long opportunity here, running it down. Emma, and this will be a throw-in.
Just kind of trying to bait her there until she got a little closer to her. I was going to try to put her turn on, but once again, a nice defensive play by Champlin Park.
And I forget, because we got the camera crew out there, how cold it is. They came in during intermission, and it is cold, and you can see even the players warming up in those long three-quarter length jackets out on that field. But I guess in my world, I'm like Ron Burgundy. 77 and sunny in San Diego all the time. Through ball. Here's a chance. Kalau tries to get through. Gets around. Scores! Kalau finally answers the bell.
For just a second.
Kalal with her 11th goal of the season, and this is all pure speed, full throttle.
Well, Davis lost her for just a second. She's been doing a great job. Goaltender came out. Great move right there by the senior. Puts it in the back of the net, 2-1 Champlin Park.
Goalie came out maybe just a little too late that time, and Kalal was able to stop that ball on a dime and shift it over to that left foot. She rolls it beyond the goal line, and now the Rebels have scored 2 unanswered goals, and this is the first of the night for Kalal, her 11th of the season for the future Minnesota Golden Gopher. Corner opportunity now for Anoka.
Yeah, nice little burst of speed by Hansen for Anoka. Anoka's had more chances in the first 15 minutes here, the second half, than they had altogether in the first half. So that's a positive. They're still in this game.
Corner coming close. Good look. A header over the top and out of play, but a good location for that corner kick. Right near the top of the box.
Yeah, that's Youngquist. She's a basketball player at Anoka, too, and they bring her from that sweeper position up into the box to try to get her head on the ball.
She elevates well. Not only is Kalal the lone local person going to the Gophers next year, but Stedman from Blaine.
From Blaine, yep.
We'll also had a chance to see her kick some extra points for the football team. It's 2 weeks ago when Champlin Park was taking on Blaine. I'll tell you, she kicks a great football. Top of the uprights. Now I was hoping they would try. She looked like she could hit it from 40 easily. So she's a talent. And again, always to be reckoned with. I'd love to see her goal streak. The last time she's played a game where she hasn't scored a goal. She's got some good size.
Yeah, she's a D1 size. Oh, great opportunity there for Anoka.
That like a redirect header, but a good read that time because she was blocked by the players in front of her, and that header came off that head melon quickly.
Yeah, I think that was Danner who got her head on it for Anoka.
So chance there for Anoka to knot this up. They've been resilient against the tough Rebels team here tonight. They try and look for their 5th win of the season. That is Anoka. Throw in as have it here. First goal of the game was scored by Doyer. Since then, the Rebels have converted on the last 2 goals. Here's the through ball opportunity to the side of the 18 box. Sends it up. Tries to get it out in front of that 6-goal box there, but it's taken right back out again. And now a through ball opportunity. Quickly scampering, moving down to the corner. Drop pass. Here's a great opportunity. Beautiful pass. Navigates around the defense. Not enough as it's deflected back out near the 20-yard line. Now, the Rebels send it up near side. Drop pass. And now a through. Race ensues here for this, and getting there in time and sending it back up near midfield. The goalie. And that's in Palman. Good throw, good to the corner. Just like you said, leading them through, but putting it towards that corner so she has time to catch up with it on that through ball. This is going to be a corner, and taking it will be Khalil.
You know, Champlin did a lot of that early in the game, Joe, and have kind of gone away from it. So there was another one of those opportunities to hit that outside forward on that diagonal through ball.
Yes.
And now they end up getting a corner kick out of it. So a big corner kick here for the Rebels.
Kalal with this opportunity. Approaches the ball from the corner, sets it up. Beautiful height, good trajectory, but it's rejected back out by Anoka. up near midfield, but that trajectory on that corner was just sweet by Kalal. Little player, a little slow to get up there for the Rebels, but up and back at it.
Ideally, Joe, if you have someone who can hit corner kicks well, I would want her in the box because she's a goal scorer. You know, if you have somebody who can knock that ball in there, but if they don't, then and she's going to give you that better opportunity, then you do that, and she just hit a really nice corner kick right there.
And front free kick chance there for Anoka. They get it near the 18, but deflected back out to midfield. Youngquist says, let's get this thing back out towards the 18, but she didn't get the height she wanted. And it's easily lifted down the near side. Kalal disrupting Anoka. Now a little touch pass back to Kalal. Kalal gets that too far ahead. She's unable to run it down, and Youngquist works it up to a teammate there. Far side. Anoka on the move. They trail by goal 2-1 as we are quickly approaching the midway mark of this match. Rebels move it back upfield and out of their own end.
Nice turn right there.
Near side, you could see the feed. Sometimes the subtleties of the game, the soccer, as you could see. That time, Amara easily kind of calling for that ball with her hands. Crossing attempt there and secured by Paulman. She'll get a goal kick. As we now are officially south of 20 minutes remaining. A couple of substitutions coming in for Anoka. Let's see what they can do to muster up some mojo here as we are in the final 19 minutes of this contest. Getting ready to move in. Here's Olivia Anda. And I think the other one might be Morin, Veronica Morin. The hair is covering the number.
Yeah, that's always a
That's
problem.
23, then it's Amber Hansen. That's my problem sometimes. That's why I never wear a number jersey.
Yeah, you and me both.
The edge of the 18, racing over to track that ball. Now trying to reverse it. Unleashes a shot. It hits Youngquist. Deflects out, pinching in. That time of the Rebels, and the Rebels continue the pressure. A long kick, a shorthand, short hop there, and corralled that time.
That one kind of skipped on Paulman. Did a nice job keeping herself in front of the ball.
Yeah, and one thing you don't see from up here, when it's getting colder, maybe a little bit of dew starts to gather, and those short hops are tricky for keepers. When that field gets a little wet. Far side now. Send it across, top of the 18, a one-timer. Send it right back. I don't care. Looking to try to connect on a one-timer was the Anoka squad, unable to convert.
You know, the Anoka does a really nice job supporting. They've had a couple of those plays where they've gone down that right side. Instead of hitting it across into the box area by the goalkeeper, they'll look for someone on the top of the box and take a hit from there, and they've had a couple of those opportunities today.
3 players out now for Anoka, 3 fresh legs in. So do you make some adjustments now as you get into this point of the game? I know you'd mentioned the 15-minute mark for that last game, but that was just outright crazy. The last 10 minutes of that game were crazy. But now, are you going to find yourself pinching up a little bit more, maybe bringing up a midfielder? Here's a through opportunity. Amara wants to stop that ball, bring it back up towards the top of the 18. Tripped up and brought down, but still in possession. Now the Rebels guide it over.
You know, I think it's a little harder in this game, Joe, because Champlin Park is pretty much playing 3 forwards. So you want to have them all marked up and an extra sweeper in the back, so it's harder to push up. If they're running 2 forwards and you're running a 4 flat back, now you can move one of those out of there and you're still outnumbering them 3-2. But right now, if you push them up, you're 3 against 3. And one of those 3 is number 5.
Yep, and Reichel, I think, caught an elbow. Just on the nose. Checking for blood. That was a hard hit. I was checking for blood on my nose on that elbow she took. But she's still on that field. 16 and change to go here left in the second half. The Rebels looking to sweep. The boys a winner tonight. 4-3 over Andover. Copyright classic, that game. A classic on QCTV to come. And right now, the Rebels found themselves down 1-0. Now scored the last 2 goals.
Anoka has changed a little bit. Hansen is no longer on Calais. Am I saying that right? Am I getting that wrong?
Kalal, yeah.
Kalal. And Youngquist is now on her. So Hansen probably a little more offensive, and Youngquist can step up and get into the offense too. But, yeah, they've made a switch here. And Hansen's kind of moved up into the middle of the field. She showed that she has some pretty good speed.
Turning back in, Malaya Anderson, a senior midfielder.
We're down to 15 minutes left in the game here.
See if Champlin Park is able to catch the Rebels, or the Tornadoes cheating up a bit here. But far side run right now for the Tornadoes. Deflected and now back in possession as the Rebels lift this.
Another change is Kendra McKay, who was playing an outside defensive spot, is now pushed up to an outside midfield spot, so they must be a little better offensively.
Through ball now coming through, unleashing the shot, coming back to make an outstanding defensive play. Is that Youngquist or number 8? Let's get a look at that. Exploding that time, and this is a player that I had seen earlier in Easley. Amaya Easley, and she came through a big, perfect pass and just coming
that
through
was
to
Youngquist.
disrupt that shot.
Here's
Wow.
another look at it.
That, and she's still limping. Not doing well here. We'll be under 14 minutes left in this match by the time we throw this ball in. I could see on that play that Amara Easley was getting near. She couldn't get behind the defenders until that ball passed by, but boy, a couple of runs, she's been seeing that opportunity kind of get to evolve, and finally it emerged. But
yeah, here's the change, Joe. They have Youngquist up on that sweeper, so he is making an adjustment. You know, Youngquist, one of the better players on this team, so they're going to push her up and see, along with Hansen. I'm looking for Danner here.
And Youngquist still limping from coming back. I mean, she threw her body out there and just...
Yeah, walking a little delicately on that ankle or hip.
Walking the 18 that time. She spotted her teammate and hit easily right in the shoulder.
Yeah, and there's Danner too. So Youngquist gets pushed up on the last defender.
Adjustment made here. Sense of urgency sets in here for the Tornadoes. They try to snap a 4-game losing streak in the Rebels. Would like to nudge that record up as they could to 6-4-2. And it comes back to also those seedings. And what are those seedings like when you're at section meetings?
Well,
how are their rankings? And
I got pretty good at it because I did it so long, and I liked them a lot, but I did a lot of homework to make sure that I knew everything I needed to know when I went into those meetings. The guys or the gals who go in there not prepared are the ones that end up getting a lower seed. And, you know, you really got to have your, if it goes this way, I'm going to do this. If it goes that way, I'm going to do this. And I used to do a lot of homework on that kind of stuff. I enjoyed that.
How long does that generally take?
Well, it depends how close it is. You know, if it's pretty cut and dry, it didn't take long. If it was close, you know, you could be there for 45 minutes.
Get in, get out. It's like going to Wisconsin.
Well, we used to have to go to Hinckley for
those
meetings because Duluth East was in it, so it was a drive.
Near side. Trying to put it there, a handball, and there's the whistle. And hit by Davis there. As incidental as it was, it's still a whistle.
Got about 11 minutes left in the game here.
And you can see it. They've kind of moved all the parts, made the adjustments, put the big-time players in a place to succeed here, but now there's a free kick.
Youngquist is...
Big pop off the crossbar. Rattling the crossbar. Kalal from the 30-yard line. What a power kick that was. Centimeters from tucking it just under the upper 90. And just under the crossbar. That would have made it 3-1, but now let's see if Anoka can apply their tactics here with this changing strategy of player location. That hit it so hard, I think it shook the press box. Couldn't hear it. Bam.
You could hear it.
Now, Kalal, wide open, cuts it back, goes to the left foot, buries it. Off the mark, just hitting, trying to lower 90.
That would have ended it right there. Well, we said that earlier today.
Yeah, just enticed.
Yeah, exactly.
Anoka to reciprocate and come back and tie that up. But, wow, a couple of good opportunities for Kalal. She's got a goal already, her 11th of the season, the all-time leading scorer for the Rebel girls.
Youngquist is limping around out there, but she's gutting it out, staying in the game. She doesn't want to come out.
Absolutely. Finally gets a chance up top. Such a strong defender, but you can tell she's not near 100%.
No.
Moving back now. Anoka disrupts, ends it up and countering with a deep shot, lofting deep that time by Carissa Brew and that big leg of hers.
No, as a goalie, you get that ball and let's go. You know, we got the numbers up top. Let's get it. Let's go.
And you kind of have that choice, depending upon the play of your teammates, if you want to boom it on that punt to try to get it up top or over the top.
Or she's got a good leg, Joe.
Or get it to the defenders maybe and roll it up.
Yep, absolutely. One of them, but you want to go right now. Catch them off guard.
Pinching in here. Anoka, but pass down low, missed. That was attempt taken there by Morn.
Yeah, she was looking for Danner. We're just over 8 minutes to go.
Looks like number 13 comes back in. Khalil Harris. Out. Let's see who went out for Champlin Park as well. Well, we'll pitch it back to the back line. That one brought back in from out of play, done by Kylie Scott, the midfielder. And down the line here, they'll drop this back. Brew does, all the way back to the keeper, and Sarah Martin, who's been outstanding tonight. Tornadoes have had to overcome a couple of injury setbacks for their keepers.
Trying to get some kind of attack going here. is Anoka. Good counter by Champlin Park. Here they come.
On the line, trying to work it towards the middle. Oh, almost picking up that loose change in the right spot there was easily, but a nice defensive play by Anoka prevented that ball from rolling onto her foot. A through ball cannot connect. Will be a throw in as 6.5 minutes remain here in the second half of this match. Quick substitutions being made here. Coming off number 15, Riley Payne. Good to see her back out and on the field after it looked like could have been an ankle injury in the first half. A header off the bounce. Up to midfield, flying through Kalel. Out to the wing, the far side. Now a burst. Hard shot right into the midsection. On a quick rush upfield.
Yeah, she was in all alone, Joe, but didn't have a whole lot of angle to shoot at.
Olivia Mill kind of hit another gear, but it was a nice pass by Kalel that time. That hit her in stride, allowed her to kick it in another gear, but squared up and in position to make that save was Spallman.
Good decision there. Get that ball out instead of playing it back to a defender. Let's get it up the field.
Would you ever pull your goalie up to the 50-yard line?
Never the 50, but they get up to 30 probably sometimes. If there was a corner kick with 10 seconds, 15 seconds left, I'd pull him up and put him right down in the box.
Joe rolling along with Pete Hayes. Pete Hayes taking the Tornadoes boys high school soccer team to 3 state championships.
Here we go. Good opportunity for Anoka. Good ball in the box. Nobody's there.
Good hands, elevating. And bringing that save down, securing it in traffic. Here's a chance, 2-on-1. Getting behind the defense. Inside the 18, low kick. Lower 90, goal!
You take that chance when you push somebody up front, but I got to take my hat off to Lucas and pushing that extra one up. Doesn't matter if it's 3-1 or 2-1.
Kylie Scott that time. What an outlet pass. How that pass evolved is a good replay to see because put right on the foot, right through the seam. Look at this, the throw. We talked about a quick outlet. And I believe getting that assist, I think, is going to be easy. We got those numbers right. But a good outlet pass that time from the keeper, Martin.
Actually, I think it was Calais who made that pass. A nice little two-touch.
Yes.
Put it right in the space. Oh, here's an opportunity for Anoka.
Moving in, a collision ensues there. Back up, Rebels at it. Boy, that was such a perfect 2 great passes back to back from one end of the field to the other. What precision. In front on the doorstep here. On top of the goal box, unable to cash it in.
Boy, it's like our first game. There's no quit.
Not at all. 3-1 lead now for the Rebels as they have opened things up with 3.5 minutes to go in the second half. I enjoy watching those outlets. Had a daughter who was a keeper, but that pass out, that quick
was really
pass
nice.
you were just talking about, they needed to have a quick transition. Did Anoka on a quick outlet. That's exactly what Martin did. She put it on the foot of Kalal, and Kalal 2 steps later put a dime right on the shoestrings.
You know, Martin's been playing a long time for Champlin Park. I've been really impressed with her. She'll come out and get the ball. She kicks the ball well. She distributes it well. Nice looking goalie for Champlin Park.
But it was also you got to reward Scott, Kylie Scott, just staying poised as she had a defender right on her hip and found that lower 90. So many times you come down and you want to just rocket something to the back of the net.
Right.
Upper part of the net. But the toughest goal, the toughest shot to start is one down low. You know, for a goalie, something down low, and it doesn't have to be, you don't have to bring the velo. It's all about the location on that shot.
Yeah, that's the difference between a good player and a great player. Take your time, just knock it in the back of the net any way you can.
I think we have Tori Alexander is now in for the Rebels. A high shot, and they lift it over the top of the outreached arm. I think that was Alexander. Just got into the game. Tori Alexander. Wow, 4-1. Perched perfectly. Just beyond the outstretched gloves.
Yeah, they're pretty excited about it. The announcer is, and the players are.
Nice setup. A header that just goes perfectly placed. That was like put in the shirt pocket, right? There's no other place. It was so perfectly placed on that header by the senior. Congratulations to Tori Alexander collecting that goal, and now this game appears to be in hand at 4-1 lead here for the Rebels as they will move to 6-4-2 on the season. And meanwhile, for Anoka, they go to 4-8 as we are now under 2 minutes to play.
Well, a gritty effort by Anoka, and they gave it, you know, a shot here at the end where they pushed some people up and were exposed a little bit at the back. But they gave it their best effort, and I think Coach did what he needed to do and to try to get that tying goal. It just didn't work out for him.
Run through here and a chance, and coming up to make the play defensively as Mel was on the doorstep looking for a rebound as it is secured by Paulman. Paulman been busy and not sure what's going on with Paulman if she's injured with 1:27 to go. A couple of other players jumping in now is also Olivia Anda.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was any contact there, so I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Veronica Moran re-enters.
We'll find out here if she's going to stay in the game or not. Like I said, I didn't see anything there.
But next games again coming up here, you'll see. But you take a look here.
Here's a look. Yeah, I'm not sure unless she stepped bad and it was her knee.
They are gonna probably exhausted from a night. She's made splendid saves, numerous splendid saves, and looks pretty exhausted coming off the field. They're gonna bring a fresh player with a green vest into the game here for Anoka to handle the keeper chores here with 1:27 to go. She comes off under her own power, but also being assisted off here by a teammate. Hope she's doing okay.
I think that's
Take a
Amber
look
Hansen.
at some broadcast schedule coming your way here on QCTV. Football, Buffalo at Andover. That's coming up Friday. Chance for the Huskies to avenge a loss to St. Francis and move above 500 again to 3-2 when they play Buffalo. Then volleyball, Princeton is at Anoka. That's on 10-5, 10-7. 7th there, White Bear Lake is at Anoka. For football, that should be a good contest. And then on 10-13, volleyball, once again, Champlin Park at Anoka. Had a chance to cover that Champlin Park volleyball squad with Jim Erickson, and wow, what a power team that is. All those broadcasts coming our way here on QCTV. Another player a little slow to get up, and that's Doyer. And Doyer there is set, and free kick awarded here for the Rebels. 55 seconds. This one's lifted high, and the goal is scored. Oh my, as that one went by what appeared to be kind of an inexperienced goalie. That was from the 30-yard line. She launched that one.
Wow.
Kalal picks up another goal. This one, a rocket launched from about the 30-yard line. And again, good location. But again, if you're not back there playing routinely, that was just right under the crossbar. You couldn't even knuckle punch that one over.
Well, that's a couple of them. The last two here, what was it? 2-1 game is now 5-1. Anoka's on their third goalie.
And it's been a tough week already for the squad for Anoka, as they took an 8-0 loss to Andover last night. So 30 ticks remaining.
Yeah, this will say 5-1 in the paper tomorrow, but it sure wasn't a 5-1 game.
Goal number 12 on the season for Kalal. She's had 2, right?
Yeah.
Kalal's had 2 goals, right? Yes.
We're down to 15 seconds.
Chance here to run this a good night for the Rebels as they sweep the Anoka Tornadoes and take home a 5-1 win. It was Anoka who punched the ticket early in that first half, led 1-0, but 5 unanswered goals for the Rebels. And the girls go on to defeat Anoka here, move to 6-4-2 on a couple of impressive wins for both the boys and the girls for the Rebels tonight. And any final thoughts and observations, Pete?
Well, it was star power in both of those games tonight, where the big players for Champlin Park came through with big goals. Both games were very close, right down to the wire, until the Stars took over and put them in the back of the net, and that happened here tonight with the girls. And Anoka's got to be, if you're the coaches of Anoka, you got to be proud of the way that your girls played. And Champlin Park, they showed their stay-to-itness and went after it and got themselves a big win.
Hey, well, thanks for joining us on this double feature for high school soccer. As in the late night showing, we have the Anoka Tornadoes unfortunately dropping a decision to the Champlin Park Rebels, 5-1 in girls high school soccer. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to those braving it out with the cameras. Thanks to Taylor and Ryan back at the studio. Pete, thanks for your insight and your help as well. I'm Joe Rulin. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Have yourself a Major League evening, not a minor league prize.